Hello and welcome to North Sea Soundcheck episode 5, the show for the Yorkshire coast. I'm Beth Pillin. If you've watched before, I'm sure you know by now, this is a collaborative show with Beckview Studios and Yorkshire Coast Gigs. I'm joined this evening with Christina Jones from Beckview Studios and Kath Dunmine from Yorkshire Coast Gigs.
So, North Sea Soundcheck is exclusively hosted on the Beckview Studios YouTube channel. So go along and like and subscribe to get notified of all the new episodes as they are aired. You can also listen to the show as an audio podcast on Mixcloud. So search North Sea Soundcheck on Mixcloud.
And we've got some wonderful guests for you this evening. We will be chatting to Mark Gordon, director of Scarborough Jazz Festival, singer-songwriter Jack Robertson, actress, musician and comedian Charlotte Brooke, and Scarborough-based band the Limeys.
We've also got music news, what's been happening and what's coming up, recent releases and lots of music along the way. You can get in touch with us via the Yorkshire Coast Gigs website to send us your news and upcoming show dates. And if you do want to talk to us about sponsoring the show and getting your name on here, on the websites, etc., then drop us a line.
Indeed, and we'd like to say thank you to our current sponsors for their vital support, the Crescent Lounge, who have provided us with gorgeous food this evening, Your 360 Virtual Tours, and Charlotte Middleton, the Curious Creative.
So before we get into episode 5, please note this is filmed live a short amount of time before it goes out. So some things we talk about do happen in that little in-between a bit of time. And more importantly, things can change. So if you're going somewhere, just make sure, check the social medias, check the website, make sure it's going ahead how we hope it goes ahead. So let's get started.
North Sea Soundcheck with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios. News from the scene.
So, one of the first things I'd like to talk about is Peacock Freak Show, which took place at the Queen's in Bridlington. There were 5 prog rock bands on there: Janata, Cowfish, Argum, lovely Argum, Sweetpool and Seas of Mirth. 5, all very different. Descended into absolute chaos. We had sequined jellyfish and dancing and costumes. It was amazing, really good. And they are hoping to do another one next year, so do keep your eye out for that. I'd also like to give a mention to Unrehearsed Mayhem, which took place at the Craft Bar. That features poetry by Graham Rhodes, bass rhythms from Elliot Bellucci, and meditative looping from Bryn Andrews, who you can find as New Growth on socials. They're really interesting chilled sessions. There are more coming in September, as well as the monthly Wordsmiths open mic poetry events, so do check Craft's socials for dates. I didn't actually get to the last one of those, though, because it clashed with Jack Robertson at the Fulford Arms, and we had a little North Sea Soundcheck road trip, didn't we, Beth?
We went on a little road trip, piled into the C1, and then off we went. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was great.
So Alistair James has announced another date for his live and acoustic tour. This time you can catch him at Pickering Memorial Hall on Friday the 26th of September. Tickets are £15 from alistairjames.com. Pickering Rocks takes place in the Market Square on Saturday the 6th of September. A range of rock including very young band Phaser and a drum showcase from Youngster Stan. It's always a great day, and there's also events in the local venues such as Rocket Smith at the Black Swan. You can find info on Pickering Rocks Facebook page.
And it's been a busy month here at Beckview. So we welcomed bands from across the country for live recordings, including Liverpool's rising stars Verena, who came in for a private session in August. We also sponsored Burniston Rocks at the start of last month, which was an amazing day of local talent, great music, and raising funds for a really important community space. And to top that all off, there has been a wave of live releases that have come out of the studio, but we'll dive into that in just a moment.
The Fido and Tide Bar in Filey has set up a new fortnightly open mic hosted by Mally Jackson, familiar face from the Crescent Lounge's Friday open mic. The sessions there in Filey will be fortnightly on Wednesdays. Do check their page for dates, but that should be the 3rd and 17th of September. Brid on the Map had Spruce Moose, Issy Sutcliffe and Ming City Rockers for their latest outing, and next up in September they will have the Dance Society, Preventer and the Limeys, who we might just have on the show with us tonight. That one takes place Friday the 5th of September at Stirling Castle, followed by 10th of October with O Phantom, Feral Family and Utani. The Dance Society then have a Scarborough Market Hall gig on the 13th of September with support from the wonderful Western Ra from Whitby and the Limeys again. So get your tickets from Deli Delicious in the market or online. Look for the Dance Society on Ticket Source, and they have also recently released a new mix of their single The Sound and the Fury from their latest album The Loop. A young local musician, Jack Williams, has released Sunday Morning Serenade. Find him on BandLab. Links will be in the show notes on Yorkshire Coast Gigs. And a quick mention for Tapstock, which is a month earlier this year. It will take place in October, the 3rd to 5th, at the Tap and Spile, Scarborough. They'll be bringing you the Fuzz Junkies, Freddie Schmuck, the Rough Cuts, Over the Limit, Jack Anderson, Friday Street, Walking on Air, Mark Stanley, Trilogy, Jessie Kane and Stella. And it's free entry.
Absolutely spoiled.
Yeah.
Emma Louise has released her latest track, In Bloom. It's available on all streaming platforms now. Have you heard it?
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. It's been my song of the summer. It's really good. You got to check it out. Music Port celebrates 25 years from the 24th to the 26th of October at Whitby. They've got an amazing lineup of world music, famous DJs, all sorts of activities and workshops. Stone Penguin member Neil Kister Richardson has a new album out. Get a copy at Record Revivals or online search Stone Penguin Music. Filey Americana events coming up this month. So the Cole Porters on the 7th of September at Filey's Evron Centre, a Filey Americana event. Tickets are selling fast, so check it out if you want to get one. The Karen Jonas Trio at Scarborough's Crescent Lounge, one of our wonderful sponsors who fed us very well this evening. So that's on the 8th of September. And Canadian songwriter Stephen Faring at the Old Parcels office on the 26th of September. If you follow Filey Americana, you can find where to buy physical tickets. If you like physical tickets, you can get those. Or you can go to We Got Tickets website and just search Filey Americana and all of the wonderful events will show up.
We had some incredible new music come out of the studio. First up is Craig Gould and the Noble Thieves releasing a stunning 6-track EP, which blends Americana, folk, country and blues with Craig's soulful vocals. It's receiving a lot of attention actually in the UK country music scene. So I do suggest that people go and stream that and see what all the fuss is about. Also released Goldie Vox, who bring their Sheffield funk and neo-soul vibes straight to your ears. The band have got a really impressive resume of their members playing like from Wembley Arena all the way to some of the UK's biggest festivals, and they bring that energy that they had for all their live events to this album. Scarborough's very own Jack Robertson also released a debut live album, but I'm sure he can tell you more about that himself. Flat Moon dropped their live EP on Yorkshire Day, which is available to stream on their Bandcamp. And finally, Julian Placid unveiled his debut album, Julian's Juvenilia, a folk-inspired journey filled with heart, international collaborations and honest storytelling.
Fantastic. And don't forget, if you are dropping some new music, please let Yorkshire Coast Gigs know so we can share that info for you. Finally, to mention, Scarborough Jazz Festival is taking place 26th to the 28th of September at Scarborough Spa. And to tell us more about it, we'll soon be welcoming our first guest, Mark Gordon. But first of all, here's a little video of him playing Night and Day with Stony Jazz, recorded at the former Beckview Studio site.
Night and day, you are the one. Only you neath the moon or under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, day and night, under the hide of me. Well, there's oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and my torment won't be through until you let me spend my life making love with you day and night, night and day. whether near to me or far. It's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you night and day, night and day. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go. In the roaring traffic's boom, the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Night and day, night and day, I don't know how to meet. Well, there's oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and my torment won't be through until you let me spend my life making love with you, day and night, night and day. Day and night, night and day. Day and night, night and day.
Surround sounds.
Welcome, Mark. How are we doing?
Hello, very well, thank you.
Good.
Yourselves?
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for asking. So we are going to be talking mainly about the Scarborough Jazz Festival, which is coming up September 26th to 28th at Scarborough Spa. But first, just tell us a little bit about you. So you started quite early in music, didn't you?
Yeah, I was lucky. My father is a pianist, and I was brought up with a lot of music in the house, and I started piano lessons when I was 6.
Wow.
And was heavily involved, which I think the Limeys also have been involved in, with the Scarborough Music Centre. So as a young person, I was playing with the Easy Band, and lots of opportunities back then from people like Tony Turner, who's still around. I saw him today, actually. Plenty of playing, lots of different. I think when I was 15, I was in about 10 different bands. You know.
Oh, goodness.
It was crazy. So
It's a good experience, though.
yeah, absolutely. And it kind of led eventually to me being a full-time musician, which I was for about 20 years. I played a lot on the summer seasons down this coast and actually on the Devon coast, and did pantomimes in Darlington and in London, and did lots of touring with various bands. Nobody famous, but just a jobbing musician, I guess, which was great.
Oh, that's brilliant. So is piano your main instrument?
Yes.
I know you teach piano.
It's my only instrument. I sing a bit, but piano is, my instrument. So.
Awesome. So you were attending like jam sessions from a young age, is that right?
Yeah. When I was about 15, 16, 17, there were fantastic jam sessions used to go on every Sunday at the Hole in the Wall pub, which is sadly now closed, I think. Red Eyed Rick and the Hole in the Wall gang used to gather, and there'd be sometimes 10, 12 musicians all jamming together. That's kind of, along with the piano lessons, I think that was how I learned my trade, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. It's because like talking to a lot of musicians, it seems to be these jam nights that like sort of shape you a little bit. Like, would you say that it shaped you as a musician, having that sort of collaborative element?
Absolutely, yeah, and having to think on your toes and kind of just go with the flow and follow what other people are doing, and absolutely, and that set me up really well for back in cabaret, which I did for a lot of years, and having to read charts but then suss out where people were going with things.
Yeah. What have you brought with you?
What have I brought with me?
We've got some goodies.
Scarborough Jazz Festival flyer, of course.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And this, I thought it'd be nice to bring this along because it's quite linked to Beckview Studios. Because this is the double CD. So last year, for the first year, we recorded, or Beckview Studios recorded, the entire festival live. And this is a double CD featuring one track from each of those performances, which you can get in record revivals, by the way, as you can the T-shirts.
Oh, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you said you're earning a living as a professional musician for a long time and moved into teaching.
Yeah, it was a funny thing because my two children were born, and because I was gigging in the evenings and my wife was going to work in the daytime, so I looked after the girls in the daytime, which was probably the best time of my life. I had 6 years of pushing the pram and changing nappies and going to kids' clubs and so on. And then when my youngest then went to school, there was suddenly this big gap. So I went to Old University's Scarborough campus. I did a degree in creative music technology, where Chris was at the time. And after I did that, I was doing a gig for the NAS-UWT, Teachers Union, and somebody there was a teacher training coordinator and said, "Oh, you're doing a degree. Will you give me a ring?" And I ended up going to Graham School and doing my teacher training there.
So it all kind of fell into place, really.
Yeah, it really did.
Fantastic.
Good timing.
And you've left teaching behind, school teaching behind now. You're still teaching piano lessons. And you're in a number of bands. Tell us everything on your current lineup, because you've still got quite a few different little...
Yeah, I suppose the main bands that I'm in are Stony. Stony's a singer-songwriter outfit that's basically myself and Richard Adams, who you just saw singing. And we sometimes complement it with other people. So I think our next gig, we've got Rowan Oliver on drums as well. And that's a lot of our own material, and then songs by people like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and so on. And that band actually led to Stony Jazz, which is what we've just listened to, because we realised that we liked jazz, and we thought, well, let's have that same lineup doing some jazz tunes. So yeah, we imaginatively entitled it Stony Jazz. So, and the other main band I'm in, I guess, is Fire and Rain, which is I'm not going to say a James Taylor tribute band, because we don't aim to imitate James Taylor, and we certainly don't look like James Taylor. But we do the songs of James Taylor and a few Carole King songs as well. So they're my three main bands. I've got a couple of choirs.
Yeah, tell us about choirs.
Yeah, I've got. I've been involved with Funky Tuesday Choir for quite some time now. Again, imaginatively titled, because we play funky music and we rehearse on a Tuesday.
Just
and
what
we're
it
a
says on the
choir.
tin. That's all it is.
Funky Tuesday Choir. So yeah, we rehearse at the Spa pub every Tuesday night. If anybody wants to come along, there's no auditions. Everybody's welcome to come along and have a sing with us. So.
And how many members are there roughly at the moment?
Roughly, I think we're at about 45-ish.
We'll have to get them all in. Get you all in the studio.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while, haven't we? So yeah, absolutely, we'd love to do that. And I've also recently, a couple of years ago now, taken over being musical director for Coastal Voices, which is a lovely choir in Bridlington. So I go over there every Monday night. So Mondays and Tuesdays are my choir nights.
Yeah.
I guess the other gigging I do, of course, is Scarborough Jazz Club on a Wednesday night. I'm actually just going through my week now.
Yeah, this is my plan.
So Wednesday nights, I'm very often found behind the piano at Scarborough Jazz. I'm the resident pianist there, which my father was before me. So I took over from him on that.
And on a Saturday?
Saturday.
It's like I know your schedule, isn't it?
Yeah, so on a Saturday. We'll skip Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I won't even say run. I monitor the YMCA youth band, which some of the guys in Limeys have been involved in for quite a while. I think Theo started when he was in year 8, I think. Is that right, Theo? Yeah. So that's... The idea behind that was that young people are very often, like with Scarborough Music Centre, utterly fantastic, but very often, and the orchestras and the brass bands, they get given a piece of music and somebody counts them in and they play it. The idea behind this was that the young people themselves would just decide what they wanted to play and then figure out how to play it. And I literally just sit there and let them do it.
So
supervise that.
In a different way, it's almost taking those jams you went to as a youngster and going, here's how we can do it for young people
absolutely.
now.
And it's real life, that's how bands work. They get in a room and they go, what do we want to do? How are we going to do it? And, so, yeah.
Takes those barriers out as well, doing it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really important.
Don't get me wrong, the other style of things and developing reading skills and, the theory of music and so on is incredibly important. But, yeah, I think it's good to have those different opportunities.
Absolutely. So the festival started 22 years ago by your dad, Mike Gordon. And
22 festivals ago.
22 festivals.
23. We missed one in COVID. So.
Of course. So built up into this wonderful annual event, and last year was your first year taking the reins. So how do you feel at this point compared to last year at this point?
You'd think I'd be more relaxed, wouldn't you? It's just... I absolutely love running the festival. I love, I get to book. I spend months listening to lots and lots of different acts. And then I book the ones that I absolutely love. And then I get to go and watch them all play. It's like design your own festival. Yeah. It's everybody's dream, isn't it? But it is terrifying as well because you never quite know. And, you can see videos of bands, you can listen to recordings of bands. And then you see them live, because I can't always see every band live before they arrive at the festival. And I was really, really lucky last year because every single band was equally as good as any video I'd seen, and I didn't regret a single booking. So, touch wood. This continues for many years.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about the lineup. We can obviously see a little bit behind you on this lovely board as well.
We've got the wonderful Emma Ravitch there. So I guess the first thing would be to talk about one of my favourite genres is big band music in jazz. I absolutely love the power and punch of a big band. So we've got two really contrasting big bands this year. We've got Emma Ravitch, who's bringing her 20-piece jazz orchestra, and we've got Simon Spillett is bringing his big band, which I think is 17-piece. And they play the music of Tubby Hayes, which Simon is an incredible expert on the life and times of Tubby Hayes and plays his music incredibly well. But they'll be quite contrasting. I guess you might say that Emma's music is probably more modern. She's 22, 23 now and already won a host of awards. Quite incredible. So, the Saturday night sees Emma's big band and the Sunday night sees Simon's, both of which would be amazing in their own way. Yeah. What else have we got? We've got 3 centenaries. We have Alan Barnes, the wonderful Alan Barnes, has been the compere of the festival since the very beginning. And
it's lovely to have that legacy, isn't it? And there's so many things that are running through the
And
whole
he was
thing.
so, when I took over, he was so humble, and he said, mate, you don't have to keep me, I'm like, you're not going anywhere. Absolutely not. So Alan's doing this year, every year, Alan has a slot. Yeah. That's a given. So really, I've only got 16 to choose because one of them is always going to be Alan's. And each year I say, what do you want to do? And this year he said, well, do you know what? It's Art Pepper's, it would have been Art Pepper's 100th birthday. So I'd like to do Alan Barnes's Works of Art. So it's going to be a set, and it goes, I've seen this actually now because I went to Southport or Buxton, I saw it, Buxton Jazz Festival, brilliant jazz festival. And it's great because Alan's a very eloquent guy, and he talks a lot about the life of Art Pepper and plays a lot of it, and plays the music, and it's nice to kind of hear the music and listen to the story as it goes through. We've also got an 11-piece band doing a centenary for the late, great Oscar Peterson, which I'm particularly chuffed about because Oscar Peterson kind of introduced me to jazz when I was 11. Just flicking through my dad's vinyl collection, I found one, put it on and fell in love with it. So, it would have been Oscar Peterson's 100th birthday this year as well. And the other one is not too far away from her. I think John's Leeds way. John Settle, Vibes player, is doing a tribute, Ritmo Caliente, a Latin tribute to Cal Jarda, who was a Latin Vibes player. So, Again,
3 very different
absolutely
types of thing going on.
That's that's the other thing that I try and do with the festival. I want something that's Latin. I want something that's a bit funky. I want something that's swing. I want something that's a bit more traditional or something mainstream, and varying the style of jazz that's being played, and also varying the instruments. So we've got one lineup is cello, piano, and drums. We've got a violinist leading an outfit. I don't want it to be 10 saxophone quartets and so on. So anybody else James Taylor Quartet. Fantastic organist, James Taylor. That's going to be an incredible night. He's finishing the Saturday night for us. So I could keep going because there's lots
I'd like to just hear a little bit more about some of because of the free events as well, isn't there? So an assortment of those in different areas of the spa.
There is, and there's also a couple of fringe evenings before the festival as well. So Wednesday and Thursday night at the Spa Pub, Alan Barnes will be featured with other guests.
You're working him hard, aren't you, mate?
Yeah. I'll be playing as well on those 2 nights. So I'm working myself hard there as well. But yeah, they're not free events; they're ticketed. The free events generally take place in either the cafe next to the Sun Court, or in the Sun Court itself, or in Farrah's Bar. We've got on the Saturday morning, Jazz Train are going to be doing a kind of workshop with 2 of the artists from the festival, and they will then that evening they will do a concert in the tea break of the festival. On the Sunday morning, we have a bunch of young bands playing, some of whom are present here, and along with Rowan Oliver DJing. And on the Friday and Saturday nights in Farrah's Bar, we've got bands playing. We've got the brilliant The Project on Friday night, and Emma Holcroft's quintet with Cliff Ray are playing, and they'll play after the main act in the main stage. So anybody who isn't quite jazzed out at that point can go through to the bar and get a bit more, and it's quite an intimate atmosphere in there. And the only other thing we have is Al Morrison Trio are playing in the Jazz Cafe in each of the breaks of the main stage, with a 7.5-foot Steinway grand piano in there this year.
You're going to have a little go on that yourself?
Definitely.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Matt. Is there anything else you'd like to mention before we let you have a rest?
I could go on and on and on.
I'm sure you could. There's so much.
I'll leave it there.
Obviously, we will put links in our show notes so that people can go straight to the programme to see where they can get the festival CD, things like that. Are you doing another CD this year?
We are, we're recording the festival again, and I believe that some of the acts are also thinking that they might like to do a live at Scarborough Jazz Festival. So there might be a few of those coming out next year, so which is great for raising the profile of the festival. So
Wonderful.
Get your tickets, come.
Thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. It's been wonderful to hear about it.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
So our next guest is Jack Robertson, a singer-songwriter based here in Scarborough. But before we talk to him, here is a short clip from his recent lounge here at Beckview.
How can this be kind and from the goodness of your heart? How can that be when it's tearing me apart? And how can this pain in my chest be for the best? When did life become such a mess? And you told me that you're leaving for a while, with half an explanation and a smile. With that, you were gone, and you're on to better things. You left me to question everything. And it's for the best, you said. We'll be stronger in the end. But I don't know, it sounds like play pretend. If I stick around, we'll end up underground. And this is why I must go away for now. We're so entwined, we're hand in hand through this life. But it don't seem right now that the life is fading from my eyes. And how long must one man wait? How long to discover his fate? Is it one more day or a year to come? It's painful out here under the sun. And it's for the best, you said. We'll be stronger in the end. But I don't know. It sounds like play pretend. If I stick around, we'll end up underground. This is why I must go away for now.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Artist Chat.
Welcome, Jack. I'm just going to start this by saying that you have recently been interviewed on the Beckview Live Lounge, and we've done an interview with you on Yorkshire Coast Gigs. So we're going to kind of skip forward on a lot of things and, you know, forego the background. We want to get bang up to date. We're going to start with that Fulford gig that me and Beth came along to. Tell us how that was for you.
Yeah, brilliant. Loved it. I was
Because we were there, obviously.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, obviously.
Little road trip.
No, I was saying beforehand, like about 3 or 4 weeks out from the date, I was like really stressed out and like thinking, oh my God, like going to be playing to like 3 people. But we got a really, really good turnout. There was about 50 or so turned up, which I was so chuffed with. And I was particularly chuffed that although I knew a lot of people there was a sizable chunk that I didn't know who they were. So obviously the music is having its reach. All the effort I put into the Instagram reels and promo and everything seems to have paid off. So I was really, really pleased with that.
Great.
I think the band were tight. I think it was all good.
We did.
Yeah.
We'd compare, yeah.
Well rehearsed. Yeah.
Amazing. So, we've played some gigs together recently. We've been on the same bill for a couple of things. So we were at Hull Maritime Fest at Social. That was good, wasn't it?
It was lovely.
How did you find it at Social?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
It was really nice.
No, it's good. I was surprised how many were there, actually. Because we were like really early on in the day. And I thought, but there was a really good turnout. The whole Humber Street was like buzzing.
It was
Even
fun,
at like,
wasn't
it was like 1:30 I was on, I think 2:45 you were on.
Yeah.
Even at that time of day, there was like loads of people just milling around. It was really well attended.
There were people queuing outside, weren't there?
There was.
You were going in with your guitar and they were all queuing outside.
Yeah, they all started running over towards the...
Yeah. Jack's over there. And Trinity Live, that was great as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. That's such a good thing that they've got there.
Yeah.
Just like every Thursday, and they just have 3 acts on, and it's just like in an indoor food market, and
It's quite a family-friendly gig, that one as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's just really wholesome vibes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you also played Staxtonbury, so it was raining, but they put you in that lovely big tent and you stayed nice and dry.
Yeah.
How was Staxtonbury?
Really good.
It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, everything's been great. Everything's been
great
fantastic. No, it was really good. Yeah. Enjoyed it.
Been fab.
It was good.
Wonderful.
So you've recently started a covers band.
Yeah.
What are you called and why?
So we recorded the album in March, but we started rehearsing, obviously, and practicing the songs to make sure we were all ready to record. Didn't want to annoy Chris too much, turning up not knowing what we were doing. So we were playing together, and we were all best mates anyway. And then we finished the album. And we were like, oh, that's kind of sad it's over. So we started learning a load of covers, and I've always said this, even in school, coming up with a team name for something, or if you're at pub quiz, coming up with a quiz team name, it's way hard. It's so hard. I can write lyrics, but I can't come up with a one-word thing. It's just so weird. So we were struggling for ages. Anyway, we've ended up being called the Moochers. So like, do you know, like, because we're like quite folky, so we're thinking down the lines of like, you know, like the Ramblers or something. And then like Lou Ward, he's like the most Yorkshire bloke in the world. He was like, well, we'll go for a mooch, don't we? So we don't ramble, we mooch. So we're the moochers, and it's quite. I was a bit like, I don't know, but it's like people seem to really like it. So the covers band is the moochers, but then if we're like original stuff, it's my name.
And you did actually go on a big long mooch, didn't you?
We did, yeah.
You did?
Yeah, we walked back from Helmsley to Scarborough over 2 days. We had wild camp. Yeah,
Too far.
Amazing.
it's good.
And when are the Moochers playing next?
The moochers. We're playing at the Crescent on Bank Holiday, but that will have happened. And then we are playing as a band at the Cask on the second weekend, but that's under my name because it's mainly original stuff.
Fantastic.
And then we've got a few over Christmas and stuff. But
Brilliant. Lovely. So just nipping back to the first album, which was very much a concept album with a narrative running through it, you're working on second album material now, aren't you? How has your process or style changed, would you say, since the first one? Do you feel like you've grown a little bit from the experience?
yeah, absolutely. I feel a lot more confident with it. So like I don't do it every day, but like I try every day. I've got a little reminder on my phone and it goes off at 8 o'clock every morning. And it's like, write a song today. And some of them are awful, like horrendous, and no one will ever see them. But like, you know, if I do, and I don't, as I say, I don't do it every day, but you know, if you write no songs, you're not going to get any songs. If I write 20, I might get 2 good ones. Or sometimes it might just be a verse, that sort of thing. But yeah, the process is pretty much, I think I said to you when we did the interview in Craft before the album launch, I very much write them as like almost poems first and then fit the music to them. And that's still pretty much the same. I still find it much easier to come up with words and fit the music rather than... Yeah, I come up with music sometimes, but then I find it really hard to
get the
fit
words
the words in. I find it easier going that way.
Yeah. And do you ever come back to any of the ones that, you know, you say you got like 2 that are great and 18 that you say, oh, maybe I won't use those, but do you find bits of them?
Sometimes you can pull bits out of them, like there might be like 6 or 7 verses and like one of them, like you write the whole thing off and then like actually think, and the bit in the middle's all right, and take that and put it with something else.
So it's just flexing that writing muscle
it's
regularly.
Like a
Fantastic.
like a big game.
Oh. And also, again, from previous interviews, I've just noticed you're always really clear in mentioning how much the support of your family means. And in fact, your sister is here with us today, isn't she, in the control room? Is there anything you would like to say about the positive impact their support has had?
I don't think I'd have really done it, to be honest. Like without, or it'd have been a lot harder. So like when I first started out doing covers gigs and stuff, I didn't have a car. And then they said I didn't really have a car. You either do or you don't. I didn't have a car.
Yeah.
And my sister was like driving me around to all the gigs and stuff. We used to joke I was going to get her a T-shirt that said "Crew" on the back of it. I never actually did, but
there's still time.
Yeah,
Christmas is coming, Jack. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, but like, you know, she helped me get them initial sort of things, initial gigs under my belt, and sort of driving me around and stuff, and moral support and all that.
Wonderful.
So, yeah. Good.
So, you're going to share a brand new song for us today, is that right? Can you tell us a little bit about, or just tell us what it's called?
I don't know what it's called yet. It's got a few like working titles, so I kind of sprung this on Chris earlier. Like I'm hoping to come back again in January. It was January last year, well this year, just gone. Because I'm trying to write loads, and I've got about 12 or 13 of them that are like nearly there. This one is going to be a band one, and we played it at Fulford as a band, but obviously they're not here, so I'm going to do it on my own. But the reason I chose to do a band one rather than a finger-picked like solo one is because this is the one that's like absolutely set in stone.
Yeah.
It is ready.
Yeah.
The others are like 95%. So like I didn't want to play it and then, you know, change it, because this is going down on record, I think, right? I can't go back and change it, so I thought I'll do that one. But yeah, it's about and like, you know, people have seen me like interview before. I don't really have any secrets, my heart on sleeve. So this song is about when you have been broken up with, and it's that first morning when you wake up as a single person, and you're like kind of frantic, and you're like, wow, has this actually happened? Where is this person? You know, that's what the song's about.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You ready to play it for us?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Can we discuss right into it?
Yeah. Little sip.
I feel like we got a sneak preview though, didn't we? Because we did hear this one at the full.
We have heard this with the full band, yeah.
You have, yeah, so it'll be not as good on my own.
No,
It'll be different.
it's going to be wonderful.
But I've been trying to learn more about the harmonica as well. So there's a lot more to the instrument than initially meets the eye in there. So this song's in B minor, but the harmonica is in A. So it's called crosshair. So I'm trying to get better at. Shout to it. Bring cool. Okay. There's one I had earlier. Right. Yeah. Cool. Good to go.
My name, she is not calling. I'm lying aching and alone. I check for messages received. It's empty, I'm ignored. I cry out, a herald scream. A draft seeps through the door. Can this really be the way I grapple in my mind? Have you really nothing to say after all this time? I check around in the empty rooms, a clue I'm hoping to find. I stumble around, I'm bemused, there's no hint of a sign. Crash down into my red chair, and I stare at the ground. My fingers are running through my hair, and I call your name out loud. I hope that I will hear a voice, but I don't hear a sound. Except that you have made your choice, our ship has run aground.
Thank you very much, Jack. So we are going to go to news from the scene after this short video from Musicport 2024 showing all the highlights. The 25th anniversary of the festival takes place this October from the 24th to the 26th at Whitby Pavilion.
News from the scene.
So Trinity Live continues every Thursday night through September. It's 3 acts per night, free entry, perfect for families. It runs from 6 till 9 p.m. at Trinity Market in Hull. And like we said earlier, it's just lovely, wholesome vibes, and the food is amazing. If you can get there, you should totally go. Hold On to Green is the new single by January Jam. It's out everywhere now. We had them on a couple of episodes ago, and they're just so lovely. They did a brilliant performance as well, so go check that out. Rachel Tracy and Rob from the Old Crow Road have been in touch. They are a Driffield-based folk Americana band, releasing their track I Wish the Wars Were All Over on the 12th of September. All the usual streaming platforms. Catch them live on the 16th of September at Service Station in Hull at 8 p.m. And on the 21st of September, YHA Whitby Cafe, 3 p.m. Both gigs are free entry.
On the 10th of September, Tamisha will be releasing her solo live acoustic album, which was recorded here at the studio. And we are also really excited to tell you that later on in the month, we'll be releasing a collaborative release with the Northallerton-based band Scruffy Bear. It forms part of our Dynamic Beckview Presents series. And all I can say is it's mega. It's just really, really good. And I'm not biased. But yeah, their energy is just amazing. So do check that out. We don't have an official date yet, but we will be plastering it all over our socials. So please like us on all the platforms and you'll get to know about it when it's out.
Fantastic. The Tall Boy, or Matty Jones Green, has released a new single, Heart Crack, earlier in August. Do go check that out and more at his Bandcamp page. Mojo's Acoustic Sesh takes place between 3 and 4 p.m. on every Wednesday and Saturday. So running through September, they will have Join the Tram, Peculiar Blue, Ali Bullivant, Adi Sanders, Beth Burrows, Brad Jack, Peter Hallsworth and CJ. And just looking a little further ahead, musician and comedian Grace Petrie will be at the SJT, the Stephen Joseph Theatre in Scarborough, on October the 24th with her new show, This Is No Time to Panic. Grace's 2022 stand-up debut, Butch Ado About Nothing, garnered critical acclaim and sold out venues across the UK. So This Is No Time to Panic sees her combine music and comedy for the first time. Get your tickets now for this show in the McCarthy Auditorium.
Tickets are now also on sale for our next lounge, which will take place on the 9th of October. So join us for an evening of live music here at Beckview Studios, and in our, obviously in our intimate, beautiful setting, you'll be able to experience the vivid neo-soul and jazz tinged melodies of Romy Taylor, fresh from Spotify's Fresh Finds and sold out shows in Leeds. Also joining her will be jangly out rock Sandra's Wedding, capturing northern life with wit and warmth. And also we welcome Matt Hooper, bringing songs and stories to the lounge.
There will be at the Crescent Lounge in Scarborough a Blondie and OMD tribute on the 20th of September. That's a pairing of Kinda Blondie and Red Frame. On the 29th of November, they have a Paul Heaton tribute. The Cask and Keg in Scarborough, a new venue, opened on the 22nd of August. My colleague Dave and I got a little cheeky look around the venue early. We're pretty excited. The sound system was looking good. There is a brilliant lineup for the opening night. We'll have a review on Yorkshire Coast Gigs and some photos. Their September lineup includes Gathering by the Sea with Thunked, that's PHNKT. I do love a good, front. And Edward No Bacon. That is a 12 a.m. midnight sort of onwards. The same evening they will have Freya Ruder playing up in the upstairs bar from 9 o'clock. On 12th of September, some of these lovely young bands that are coming up: Broken Oak, Scarlet Dusk and Mac Turner. 19th of September, punk band Tempers Flare with 2 secret guests. I might know who one of the secret guests is, and I'll tell you later. But honestly, if it is who I've been told it's going to be, you won't want to miss it because it's going to be an absolute riot. On the 26th of September, Nick Tudor, Blue Orchid Reaction and the Northern Riots. And just moving into October, they have a little Whitby special. You may remember some of our guests from the last show. We had James from Panda Lasagna. There will be 10 Foot Tom and the Leprosy Crooks, and the lovely Mackie as well, who was on last show. Speaking of Panda Lasagna, just a reminder for the Neil and Ed Fest at Whitby Brewery. We chatted to James last month. The event is raising money for cancer research. It's free entry, but make sure you fill those charity buckets, please. The lineup includes China Shop Bull, Mighty Vipers, Broken Three Ways, Panda Lasagna's 20th anniversary gig, 10 Foot Tom and the Leprosy Crooks, Crash Mats, Stella, and some new bands that you may not yet have seen, Rayo de Sol and Curious City. Our advice is get down early.
So the last of the open-air theatre events of this season took place, including Judas Priest, who played tribute to the late Ozzy Osbourne, the Smashing Pumpkins, Texas, Faithless and Will Smith. You can find reviews and photos for all of those on Yorkshire Coast Gigs. The Rams Hill has an open mic on Monday night hosted by Freya Ruda. Been meaning to get there. We need to go.
Yeah,
we need to have another little outing.
I'm not singing though.
Yeah, you are.
No.
We said we'd give it a mention and say it's perfect for younger musicians, anyone just emerging into the scene. Get to the Rams Hill on a Monday night. It's only a short walk from Scarborough Tech and it starts a little bit earlier than most at 7:30. The Crescent Lounge in Scarborough has some ticketed events coming up this October, with the Happy Mondays Bez on October the 9th and Martin McAloon's Two Wheel Good on the 25th of October. You can book via the Crescent Lounge website. So earlier, Christina mentioned the Julian's Juvenilia new album. Here's his track, The Sap Rises, which was recorded here at Beckview Studios. So enjoy this, and then we will welcome our next guest, Charlotte Brooke.
Green is the face of the man who dwells in the dark of the wood. He makes the sap rise, the very sap rise in the warmth and the flowers of the wood. Bright is the sun of the dawn and the spring of all of our years. It makes the sap rise, the very sap rise, as we live with laughter and tears. Dark is the sky with no moon. but the cries of the birds in the air, they make the sap rise, the very sap rise, and it brings us love with no care.
April,
The force that through the green
breeding
fuse
lilacs
drives the
on
flower,
dead ground,
drives my green
mixing
age.
memory and
At
desire,
last the roots of
stirring
trees is
dull
my
roots
destroyer.
like spring rain.
April
The force
is the
that
cruelest
green
month,
fuse
breeding
drives the
lilacs out
flower,
of the dead
drives
ground,
my green
mixing
age,
memory
that
and
blasts the
desire,
roots of trees,
stirring dull roots
is my destroyer.
with spring rain. The
April
force
is the
that through the
cruelest
green
month,
fuse
breeding
drives the flower,
lilacs out of
drives
dead
the green force that powers all growth in a nature that seems of no end. It makes the sap rise, the very sap rise. Please help me to find a new friend. Help me find a true friend. We will be gone, but the green man lives on. We will be gone, but the green man lives on. We will be gone, but the green man lives on. We will be gone, but the green man lives on.
Artist Chat.
And now it's time for us to welcome Charlotte Brooke, a musician, comedian, and actor from Scarborough. Hello, Charlotte. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Going to dive right in. You grew up here in Scarborough, then studied in London at Alra for a while.
I did.
Tell us about how growing up here shaped you. What kind of things were you involved in?
Well, Mark mentioned in the first section of this Easy Band, and I went, "Oh yeah, I did that. I did that as well, actually." So because we had a chat a while back, and I was like, I can't remember what I've done, but Easy Band I did do. So that was sort of a formative music thing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, same as Mark, Dad's a pianist, so I learnt from an early age from him. So this is sort of the music side of things, and I think music found its way back to me because I very much got embroiled in the acting world. As you say, I trained in London at Alra, and throughout that time I did my first school nativity, and I was King Herod, and it really brought that sort of, I want to be an actor. So I trained in that, but then I very much, actors aren't my favourite kind of people actually in hindsight, so I kind of circled back to music. But the scene in Scarborough is just great, and being someone who's sort of grew up here and then has moved back and can see how wonderful the scene is, as everything that's been mentioned sort of today, it's thriving. So it definitely did shape me. Oh, and also Stephen Joseph Theatre for the acting side of things as well, because this is music leaning, so I'm like, let's lean into the music, but then also
lean into
Talk
everything.
about
We
all
lean into
of it.
everything.
All the bits and bobs.
Because as well as doing the Rounders Youth Theatre at the SJT, your first professional role was there as well. Just tell us what your role, because I think a lot of people will have heard of this play.
Yes. So I actually left drama school after my first year to play a ghost, and that was in The Woman in Black. So I was the Woman in Black at the Stephen Joseph Theatre 10 years ago. It's 10 years this year. And the actor who played the older Kips is actually in the show at the moment. I don't know whether it will still be on when the podcast is out.
The date-wise, but we were talking about Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin. Yeah. He's wonderful. And he is still to this day the best actor I've ever worked with. That was 10 years ago. So there was that, and I fell down the stairs. And there's a scene, I don't know to anyone who has seen The Woman in Black, when she appears at the grave and it's a big scary moment. I tripped over the gauze and face planted on stage, so I wasn't brilliant at that job.
And I do believe there was a little stint at was it the church on Westborough where you did some singing there?
Yeah, there was a school band that we put together. We did "Don't Stop Believing" at Westborough Church. A classic journey moment of the 20 zeros. What are they called? Naughties.
The naughties. Yeah.
The song is not the naughty, but that was the naughties. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh. I just remember, because we had a little chat, obviously, before you came on the show, and you were talking about how people talk about London being a cultural hub, but you actually felt that Scarborough was more of a cultural hub in many ways for there's little links between the scene, as we're sort of talking about.
Yeah. There's something in, I think, you can... I don't want to get like north-south divide political about stuff, but in an unnuanced way, it does seem like the north a bit has more to say, and like there's a reason for the creativity. Obviously not in every respect, but there's more of an impetus and like more interesting things to say. I found, on my very personal opinion, I work with people who are Southerners, so I don't want to be slapped across the face, which might be, but yeah, I do think it's been lovely being back up here and just seeing the vastness of the creativity and the
what's going on.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. So you yourself have been part of various comedy projects. We can't really say the name of the one you started in because there's a bit of a swear word, isn't there? We'll call it the Totally Tipsy show.
Let's go with
instead.
That. Can we do rhyming?
Can you do rhyming?
Well, the Christmas show that I do every year, it's a Christmas carol, but the whole thing is there's one person who gets drunk in it. So whatever word to do with getting drunk that rhymes with Chris in Christmas is the name of that show.
Got you. And I think one of the shows as well you were in was called Alice Through the Cocktail Glass.
It was,
and that went to Edinburgh.
Yeah, that was Edinburgh.
Tell us a little bit about that.
2019. So it was like a jukebox musical version because you can't get the rights to certain things, and the company... No, I shouldn't say that. Actually, I won't go down that route. But it was jukebox. So we did the story of Alice in Wonderland, but yeah, with someone a little bit under the influence, but safely. There's a rota, and there's a whole thing. You check in. There's water hour afterwards. It's not. It sounds like some people are like, you can't glorify drinking, but it's not glorified. It's just entertaining. You never know with that one. But yeah, that was my first Edinburgh, was 2019 with those, and then sort of individual projects where I always I fell into writing comedy songs because I tried to sort of write normal songs, but then something silly would happen with them, and then that's just the route it took. I have a bit of a problem with writing serious.
So audiences may recognise you from some of the other projects as well. So you've done shows with The Flat and the Curves. They've come through Scarborough a few times at Stephen Joseph. How do you find that?
Lovely. They're my favourite gigs were up here, obviously, not biased, but the other girls absolutely love playing here. So we did the McCarthy the first year and the Round the second year, and it was great fun. loads of fun. And actually, this is a plug of the North situation as well. When we had a tour last year, and you get north of Redditch, and the audiences are just an absolute joy. Like, they enjoy it, they clap politely, they have a little giggle, but like raucous up here, and that's kind of what we like. Yeah.
So with the Flat and the Curves at Edinburgh Fringe, was it the British Comedy Guide? Because you critically acclaimed, and you were put on, what was it, the one of the best reviewed shows at Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah, that was last year, and we've had sort of Chortle Best Cabaret Act nominations and this and that. Yeah, critically acclaimed. We'll take that. It is true, but it's nice to hear actually, because I never really say it to myself.
It's real.
But it's real. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. We've done 3 Edinburghs, but not there this year, because it is so expensive. It is wildly expensive to do a month there. But yeah, it's fun when you can afford it.
Yeah. So you also perform solo as well. What? I know you said like sometimes you try and write serious songs and they just take a silly direction. Like what does that sort of process look like for you? Like do you start on keyboard or start with lyrics?
Well, same as Jack really. Actually, I'll have an idea and write it down, and it'll sort of be a bit of a rant, but it'll rhyme. And then I'll go to the piano and see what happens with it. But yeah, generally it is. I'll be like, oh, how do I feel? I'll start writing, and then it'll be about an egg, and then we'll go forward from like the egg's perception of life, and then I go, oh, it is about me, but it's a big egg metaphor. but it's not. But it. You can be the judge. I'm not doing that one, so you can't be the judge.
I'm invested in the egg song.
Yeah. One day.
So what are you working on at the moment?
It's been a bit of a hiatus year for gigs. I'm working on gigs for next year with Flat and the Curves. And what else am I even doing? I've been working a lot over summer, which has been really lovely. I've been working at MenCap, big up MenCap, it's great. And
are you bringing the music into that as well?
Yeah, that happened kind of by accident. They just needed to do something, and there was a keyboard, so we did. So we just did sing-alongs and stuff, and it's a lot of fun there. And then it's that show that I can't mention that I nearly did though. It really came out. It starts up. November we start rehearsing, and it goes through to January, and I think there's another one we were supposed to be doing a Halloween one, but that's not happening. I don't know. I am doing other things, I've just forgotten.
I just completely put you on the spot. Like, what do you know?
You actually did it, because I was mildly aware that is usually what people say. It's like, what are you doing? And that is
It's a big question though. I'd love to hear one of your songs.
I'll do a song.
Would you like to play one of your songs?
Yes, I will play this song. This song is about, should I say what it's about here or over there?
Up to you.
Or as I'm moving.
Ooh, complicated.
It's too complicated. Okay. Through being creative. This song is about gluten and my lack of ability to be able to have it. That's the song. I'll have a sip of my Sprite and walk over.
Hashtag clean eating makes me want to die. Cake isn't dirty and neither am I. Don't make me feel guilty for lusting after pizza and lusting after Pringles and pie. Kale is okay, but not for 3 square meals a day. Being healthy is great, good for you, but there's no need to shove it in my face. I'm not saying that you're bad for following a health fad, I'm just getting at the people who seem to think they're on a higher plane than rest of the human race. The best part of the meal is the bread basket. The sheer variety switches on a light in me. I'm melting like the butter with excitement, I can't mask it. White, brown or granary, I've lost my vision, I can't see, I think I'm dying. Please prepare me a nice casket. But I can't eat from the bread basket because I can't digest it. I am not a gluten objector, I love pasta, bread and cake. If I could digest it properly, I'd eat it. So please do not take your functional digestive system for granted. If you substitute cake for fruit, you need to be transplanted from this life that we live in, where we have been given the ability to make something from wheat, perhaps savoury or sweet. It's just so wonderful and versatile, I think it's magic. And to throw it all away for lentil soup, I think that's tragic, but dal has its place. Don't be gluten-free if you don't have to be. Don't be gluten-free if you don't have to be. If you don't have to be like me. Like me. Thank you.
No pun intended, but I think I need a minute to digest that. That was amazing. Thank you, Charlotte, so much for that. That was brilliant. Before we welcome our final guests, the Limeys, here is a video from Pickering's sensational rock band, This House We Built. Here is their stunning video, Coming Home to You.
Artist Chat.
Hello and welcome back, and a very warm welcome to the Limeys. How are we doing? You all right?
We're good.
You good?
Yeah, we speak as a group.
It's, it's lovely to have you here. So, could you each introduce yourself and what instrument you play? We'll start with.
I'm Theo. I do guitar. I'm doing guitar today, but I usually do bass.
I'm Joe, and I do bass today, but I do bass and guitar occasionally. Yeah, I mess that up.
I'm Sam. I sing and I play the piano.
I'm Moses and I play the drums.
Wonderful. So how did this project start? Because you've known each other a long while, haven't you? Like, scrolling down your Instagram, I was quite surprised at the start of it.
Don't go there. It's me and Theo have known each other since we were like 0 and a bit, and then Mosey joined in at some point.
And also Theo's my cousin. So.
Oh.
And then you rocked up.
Yeah, I just kind of showed up, and you guys were like, "Who's this?" And then and now I'm here.
Yeah, so natural.
Yep.
So if you watched the podcast before, you'll know we normally have maybe 1 or 2 members out of each band, but we've got all of you here today because this is very much a collaborative project. Like, what's like your songwriting process like?
We just jam.
You just jam.
We just jam and then keep some of it and scrap some of it, and then I write lyrics and a melody and hey ho.
Slightly.
You got your songs.
Slightly more complex.
Tell me about the complex bits. I want the nitty-gritty.
Well, normally it was kind of someone will bring an idea in. So I guess it's kind of jamming, but it's more thought out than just sort of everyone.
Jamming.
Focused jamming, I think, would be the correct term.
Intellectual jamming.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And don't question us.
So you've played quite a few gigs recently. Tell us about the Brid on the Map and the Sound of Scarborough ones.
They would. Which ones were they?
Well, it's still.
Yeah.
The one at Stirling Castle. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Loads of people showed up.
It's a really nice venue.
Yeah, it's very nice. They had a whole overhaul. We were the first people to play the new like sound system, and it didn't explode.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but we did forget my sustain pedal.
Oh no.
So that was good. Rather we lost it.
Well, such a fun debacle.
We still haven't.
That'll do. Yeah. Well, I hope you find that soon.
Yeah, it's good.
Adding to kind of how the gig actually was.
If we could just like stick to the question.
Let's talk about the pedal.
I felt that it was quite an important gig for us because it was the first kind of proper one that we'd done outside of kind of an event tied to sort of school or
we've done a few college ones,
things involving teachers.
Ironically, our next 2 gigs are supporting for our teacher.
But it was a really nice experience to kind of have a gig out of Scarborough as well, and to kind of have the vibe of the 3 bands as well, because it brought a lot of audience in who wouldn't necessarily hear us kind of normally as well.
It's really freeing as well, getting like out of college and sort of into the real world. Yeah, that's awesome. How was the Sound of Scarborough gig?
That was fun.
Yeah.
The old parcels office is awesome.
That's also very good. I think that's a very good venue specifically for Limeys, just because it's
like
very, very
reverby fanciness.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we played well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was doing all of just our original material as well. So
yeah.
Stirling Castle gig we did
a cover.
4 originals.
Yeah, 4 originals.
4 originals and a cover.
Yeah.
And then at this one we kind of got enough original material together to just play Limey stuff, which is nice.
Although our songs tend to be quite long, we've got like a couple of like 10 minutes and stuff like that. So we fill out a set with very few songs.
Yeah.
Kind of 45 minutes.
Yeah.
5 songs.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't made it to any of your gigs, but I've caught you at Sunday sessions a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always a treat.
That might not be the Limeys, you know.
I mean,
That-
it was the
Or a
Limeys.
variation of the
Yeah,
Limeys.
Yeah, it's been the Limeys occasionally.
It's always just us messing about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
A lot of the time, it is literally just like it's us three, and we'll just message each other like, "Oh, do you want to go Queens?" And then we'll put together a set, and we'll like rehearse it once maybe, and then go, and then
It's such a good open mic. 'Cause
Yeah,
they've got
it's really
everything.
wonderful,
They've got
yeah.
full back line, and Alex is decent at mix.
Quite often the fun of it is like doing like ridiculously complex songs and kind of not really knowing what we're doing, so it ends up being a complete mess.
well, the thing is, we mess it up. We mess it up, and then you have people coming up to us like, "That was the most amazing gig I've ever seen," and it's like, "Thank
It went
you.
really
we,
wrong."
We messed all of that up. Oh, don't bring up Breadcrumb Trail to us ever.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't bring up
Breadcrumb Trail by
Slint
Slint.
ever.
We absolutely butchered that song.
We're so sorry, Slint. They're not going to watch this, but we're so sorry.
You've got 2 coming up as well, one Brid and one Scarborough, as you said, supporting your teacher, Paul Nash, who was a previous guest on the show, as part of the Dance Society. You've given us a little insight into what we can maybe expect from you, but tell us what you're looking forward to about those gigs.
It's the same venues, I think, isn't it? Oh no, we're playing the Market Hall, which is another big reverby, boomy space, which is awesome.
Because we did a college,
Yes,
it was a college
we played there a
but
couple
it'll
times.
be it'll be a proper it'll be a proper gig as opposed to
A college showcase, yeah. Bit different vibes.
Yeah.
It's not just grandparents in the audience.
Yeah.
The Dance Society is an awesome
They are.
band to be supporting. That's like
I played
a
on my
massive
album.
step.
Yeah.
Massive
So,
How many cool points does Sam gain from that?
basically a celebrity.
Oh.
So as well as being together in the Limeys, and you've already said, like when you go to Sunday sessions, you're maybe not the Limeys, you're other things, but you all might be familiar to sort of local music lovers from other projects or solo work. Can we just chat quickly to each of you and get a little insight into what else you do? We'll start with Moses.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, the Limeys. And then kind of from that, all 4 of us are in another band, doing kind of quite slightly kind of abstract jazz fusion, and that's a band called Black White Square Form.
Who we'll see at the Jazz Festival.
Yes, we're playing at the Jazz Festival.
So, yeah.
In the Sun Court.
That's really fun, and that's got quite a few other members.
Yeah,
we're kind of revolving members. That's really fun, and I'm on drums for that as well. I'm in another trio called St Jude and the Hopeless Causes. That's with Dylan Riley on guitar and Elijah Welsh on bass, and that's doing kind of jazz jam bandy kind of interpretations of some of Nick Drake's music, and then also lots of originals as well. And that's a really fun trio to be a part of because I think because there's only 3 of us, gives you kind of a lot more kind of room to move around and kind of let loose a bit more, I think. Just fun. And then you mentioned earlier Alistair James as well, and I very occasionally play drums with him as well. So we did a gig at Crescent a few weeks back, and that was really fun.
Brilliant.
That's kind of mostly it, I think. Very occasionally Depp at the Jazz Club on drums as well.
I gather you do a little bit of session drumming
Some
here.
session drumming effect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good. That's pretty much it.
Lovely. We'll move on to you, Sam.
I'm doing some solo music. I'm writing an album at the minute, and I'm sort of gigging it in churches because churches are flipping awesome. And they're so fun to play gigs in because you just get like this huge wall of sound coming back on top of you. And that's sort of chamber folk music. And hopefully that'll be out very soon. So watch the space. And
big things coming.
Yeah, huge things coming. And I'm also in a band with Joe and a friend of ours called Jason. This band is called Yoke of God. It's like a sarcastic prog rock band. We've written a concept album about like goblins. Basically, it's about like these little troll creatures.
We're gonna wear costumes, and there's gonna be prizes.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Right.
the most unpassable lore to an album ever written.
Watch this space.
Big things coming.
Huge things coming. Yeah, Moses mentioned Black White Square Form. Is there anything else I'm in?
Thistle?
Thistle, yeah. Me and my friend Jason are working on a drone metal album called under the name of Thistle.
Awesome
which
name.
Drone metal is like, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just like fuzzy horridness. So we're gonna try and get that moving. Big things coming. Watch the space. And I think that's basically it for me.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Joe?
Well, I think I have to start with the other biggest thing that I do, which I'm in a band called, some of you might have heard of. It's called Serial Killer Glasses, and I play drums, and Theo plays bass and does vocals. And yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff recently with that. We've played Humber Street Sesh, which was really fun. That was really cool. And we featured Sam. He got to get up and stamp around and play the trumpet and wear sunglasses.
That was the most fun I've ever had. Very big.
Yeah, it was very cool. And we also released a single. We released a single called Terror Children on August 10th, which you can stream on all the places you tend to stream music. And big things coming. Watch this space. Apart from that, I work on kind of my own musical stuff occasionally, just kind of in and out. It started off as like trying to do chamber folky stuff, but now like I've been pushed in the complete opposite direction, and now it's like strange electronic stuff. But you know, I'm gonna see where on earth that goes. So something could happen. Big things might be coming. Maybe watch this space. That's basically it from me.
Fantastic. Thanks, Joe. And Theo?
And so I'm, of course, in Serial Killer Glasses and Black White Square Form. So yeah, Serial Killer Glasses is like, because you didn't mention what Serial Killer Glasses really is. It's like,
I don't understand it.
It's quite we're quite broad sonically, but like in the broadest sense, I'd say we fall under noise rock. But there's like free jazz, there's like harsh noise, there's some jazzy elements as well, like in the grooves and stuff like that. We take a lot of inspiration from like Swans, Scott Walker, like late Scott Walker, and like outsider art like Jandek and stuff like that as well. We've covered Jandek songs. But we're sort of working on this, our debut album, and we sort of had a finished product for a debut album.
Then we decided we hated it.
And we decided
it was just it was just like, because we kind of had the opportunity to play a load of live gigs, we kind of like actually sort of discovered the sound that we enjoyed making. So we wanted to have our album be like a more accurate kind of representation of that, rather than like a year or two ago when it was kind of different. But because we've pinned something down now, I think, you know, we want to kind of like channel the live energy like properly into the studio, you know.
So live energy from many of the gigs I've seen recently often involves Theo just collapsing at the end.
That's big. That's like it's slowly increasing. Like, is Theo going to collapse and then it?
Yeah. Yeah. Those are absolutely the most physically exhausting gigs I've ever played in my entire life, because I'm like, you know, screaming until I feel like I'm about to throw up, and like, you know, swinging at the bass like that, and, you know, not even hitting any notes, just sort of like, you know, making the strings vibrate. And it's a 5-string as well, that I tend to use, which is like, you know, really makes really disgusting sounds when you drive it through an amp.
So if you need any like lounge jazz, you know, free, we'll take anything.
I was going to say, between the four of you, I think everything is on offer, isn't it?
And I've also got my my solo stuff, which I've been sort of slowly chipping away at since 2020, when I was like, I just randomly decided that I wanted to release an album. So I put together, which like the first sort of project I did.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Pretend it doesn't exist. I absolutely hate
Passing
it.
time.
But I've gone on to do like a few albums since then, which have all like sort of yeah, I don't know, they're people to me, which have all sort of like, you know, expanded their scope. You know, I had a sort of my 2024 album, which was October 24. Where I Place You in the Ground is like a big like double album with a couple like, you know, songs like getting up to like 19 minutes long, sort of like a conceptual exploration of death and sort of like how it's shaped history and everything like that. And then I've sort of gone on to do some like just more like songwritery stuff, which I released as well. And I've started working on another album, which is, you know, I'm a few songs into that. Like maybe I think I've got like maybe 6 or 7, 8 songs, which are sort of starting to come together. But it's been like not that long since I finished my just sort of songwritery stuff. So I think I'm just gonna keep working on that until I've got like, you know, 50 songs and pick the best like 15 maybe.
You'll have about 5 different albums to put out there, won't you?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I don't know, because I feel like just like releasing loads in a row is just not the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many albums we need to record just as
So, as the Limeys, is there anything else you'd like to say or tell the audience before we get you over to our band area for a little
look
song?
out for the album, the Limeys album. It will be happening.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
And with the gigs that we've got coming up as well, you'll get to hear kind of a more developed version of the songs that we've been writing.
Yeah.
As well. So hopefully some complete stuff.
Excellent.
Big things.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Power Station because it's going to be the same.
Oh yeah, we're going to play Power Station. That's the song we're going to play.
Fantastic.
And that'll be the single.
Oh, right.
So,
Great.
That was the first one we wrote. As well.
Yes, it was. It was the first one we wrote, and it was. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Please step
Let's get you over to the band
Oh, let's do
area.
it. The scary bit.
Don't be scared.
The band area looks beautiful
It
today.
does. It's so
Who did the
beautiful,
lighting
yeah.
today? Adam.
It was a collaborative
It was a collaborative effort. Well done to the lighting team this evening.
Right, we're doing it. Are we good to rip it up? Let's do this.
Thank you.
Good. I have a job to do. I'm over there with you. I'm just like, wow. I need to talk to you. That was incredible. Now, we usually do a team check-in at this point, but we're going to do something just a little bit different this time. Jack's going to sing a song for us. This might be chaos. It was very last minute, but it's going to be very enjoyable, if nothing else. So take it away, Jack. Get Sonny's on. There we go.
This is meant to be to the tune of Subterranean Homesick Blues.
Chris in the control room, you call him Mr. Jones. He mixes the tunes, he says it keeps him amused. First sponsor, Crescent Lounge, best food for miles around. A lovely pint to be down, you know where I'll be found. Cut Captain Mines, and Christina Jones, and Beth Pillin. Those three do the hosting. Now the second sponsor, Charlotte Middleton. Curious, creative, design, intention, empowered to move forward and make things happen. These glasses can't see them. For the cameraman, you've got Adam Jackson, David Ruston, sometimes Simon Heaton. Also in the CR, you've got Charlie Hunter and James Agar controlling the mixer. Show you from your seat, it's your 360. Immersive virtual tours, they're our last sponsor. Don't forget, where at is this all? At North Sea Soundcheck at Beckview Studios by Scarborough Beck. Watch the next episode.
Oh, thank you so much.
I should have tried reading with these.
With the sunnies on. Hey, you made it through though. You made it through.
Behind them, I was like,
Oh, thank you so much, Jack. And thanks again to everyone. So we've had a wonderful episode this evening. We've had Mark Gordon, Jack Robertson, Charlotte Brooke, and of course the Limeys. Give her a round of applause. It's a great evening. Don't forget, get in touch with any news you want covering for the next month, any releases. We've got our Spotify playlist, which I'm very excited about. I want to put all of your music in there. Just let us know it's happening. So reach out to Christina at Beckview Studios or Kath at Yorkshire Coast Gigs, or me, any of us really, spoiled for choice. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 5 of North Sea Soundcheck, the music show for the Yorkshire coast. We will see you next time. Are we all going to do a wave and shout bye? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Bye!
North Sea Soundcheck with Yorkshire Coast Gigs and Beckview Studios.